The month of August brings a rare and powerful astrological event, a yod, or finger of God. This alignment of planets in a 6-8 ratio will have significant global impacts, bringing change for many people. Let's dive into what this means for us and various countries. But first, a warm welcome here on my YouTube channel. My name is Sylvia Suryodaya Group. I'm a Vedic astrologer. And if you want a weekly energy update, subscribe to my free newsletter. The link is below this video. But before we look at the astrological energy of August, let's review my previous predictions and what has happened. I talked about the explosive conjunction of Uranus, Mars and Algol. And 2 days before its peak, there was an attempted assassination of Donald Trump. If the shooter had hit him, it could have caused major turmoil in the USA and all of the world. There are now many speculations about whether this attack was planned and the shooter missed on purpose, or there was a second shooter. We will see what else comes to light. Astrologically, these energies have played out, and Algol means literally losing your head. That's not easy. About the US elections, I posted a video a few days ago. You can watch it here. President Biden also felt these energies, which ultimately led to him withdrawing his re-election bid. But what else happened that I predicted? A few days before, Israel attacked Gaza. I warned about it, and it came true, with 91 people killed, many civilians. And I also spoke about increasing pressure on women and children in the country Iran. Amnesty International reports that the new hijab law introduces harsher penalties for women who don't cover themselves in public. Women and girls face severe punishments. I mentioned the danger of an assassination attempt on Ukraine leader, especially Zelensky. 2 high-ranking security officials were arrested for collaborating with Russian agents to kill him. It's hard to verify these reports, but sources seem reliable. And I talked about a leadership change in the USA with retrograde Saturn, which happened with Biden's withdrawal. But now let's look at what August has in store. What are the key astrological points and how will they affect different countries? Until August the 26th, Mars remains in the sign of Taurus together with Jupiter and Uranus, and this can lead to unexpected events, especially with the weather and also when it's about earthquakes and volcano activities. Taurus is really deeply connected with Mother Earth, and Uranus and Mars, they can literally shake the ground. And we also have many wildfires at this time, and they are underreported. Entire villages in Bulgaria are burning without water to fight the fires, and large forest areas in Canada are on fire. And as I predicted weeks ago, Italian volcanoes like Etna and Stromboli are very active. And I also spoke about that we will see increased solar activity. And this is happening right now. There are so many new X flares and M flares on the sun, so we can expect more activity of the sun. and these phenomena will calm down when Mars enters Gemini in September. What's next? Since the end of July, planet Venus is in the sign of Leo, in the lunar mansion Maga, and comes together with Mercury. And these affects our relationships, making them more intense and passionate. And people will show affection more openly, and communication will be more lively and creative, leading to inspiring conversations and new ideas. Then we have a new moon on August the 4th in the sign of Cancer, in the lunar mansion Astrology. And this is also intense. The new moon happens exactly opposite of Pluto and amplifying its power. This is remarkably because Mercury goes retrograde the next day. And the upper lunar node Ketu is at 15 degrees in the sign of Virgo, directly aspecting to this new moon Mars in the sign of Taurus, 9 houses away. This suggests significant events around the new moon. We will later analyze country horoscopes to see where these energies are most potent. Mars and Ketu can indicate terrorist or reckless actions marked by violence and aggression. Aslesha is ruled by planet Mercury and often brings deep, mysterious energies, leading to revelations and transformations. This time can trigger intense emotional processes and can affect our communication, especially with Mercury when Mercury will go retrograde. This can lead to misunderstandings and delays. And Pluto on the opposite of this new moon enhances transformative power and can bring deep changes. Pluto represents power, control, and the subconscious. Combined with retrograde Mercury, this can mean that hidden information may surface, revealing long-held secrets. This phase urges us to dig deeper for the truth and confront our innermost fears and desires. Mercury retrogrades from August the 5th till the 28th, starting in the sign of Leo, and this phase brings misunderstandings and communication issues, especially in leadership position, but also if it is about your self-expression and your creativity. So be prepared. Mercury in Leo asks us to reassess our communication style and make adjustments. During this retrograde time, Mercury returns into the sign of Cancer, bringing emotional topics and family matters to the forefront. This is a good time to resolve conflicts and deepen our emotional bonds. Significantly, Mercury crosses the Sun during his retrograde phase, adding more confusion, because the Sun, the energy of the Sun, makes Mercury really dissolve clear thinking and our rational decisions. This asks us to consider our goals and strategies and make necessary corrections. Mercury goes direct on August the 28th, easing communication and decision-making. We will emerge stronger from these reflections with clear focus and renewed clarity. And retrograde Mercury always brings challenges in various life areas, mostly technical issues, disruptions in electronic devices, computers, smartphones, communication problems, misunderstandings, and miscommunication are common. It's important to be very careful to convey and receive clear and precise information. Internet and network outages are more frequent, and travel issues, delays, and other unexpected obstacles can affect our life. It's wise to plan extra time for travel and to stay flexible. However, Mercury retrograde is also a time for reflection and revision. It is a good time to finish old projects, correct past mistakes, and focus on our inner processes. On August the 22nd, we have a very, very special astrological configuration known as the Finger of God, or Yod. And this Yod is formed between the Sun at 5 degrees in the sign of Leo and planet Pluto at 5 degrees in the sign of Capricorn, and Neptune also at 5 degrees in the sign of Pisces. And this is really a very powerful Yod because the planets have the same degree. Additionally, Mercury is transitioning in this time zone in Gandanta, which can increase the feeling of losing control. Gandanta is the point between the water sign and the fire sign, Cancer and Leo, and that's intense. It is a significant configuration indicating fateful events and deep changes. A Yod forms when 3 planets are at a 150-degree angle, a quincunx, to each other. And this is in this case planet Sun, and then also Pluto and Neptune. And that's really very, very strong. The Sun in Leo and Pluto in Capricorn mean that old structures will break down. Existing leadership and power dynamics will be intensely questioned and possibly revolutionized. The connection to Neptune brings the topic of deception and disillusion to the fore. Neptune represents illusions, but also dreams and spiritual insights. And this can lead to the uncovering of deceptions and clarity about long-held illusions in your personal lives and on the world stage. Mark this day on your calendar, August the 22nd. The energies may play out a bit earlier or later, but we will see. The Sun and Neptune connection can also lead to deep spiritual insights and dramatic breaks with the past. On one last thing before we look at different country horoscopes. The full moon on August the 19th in Aquarius in the lunar mansion Dhanishta brings powerful and transformative energy. Aquarius stands for independence and freedom, enhancing the desire for personal expression and freedom. And Dhanishta is a lunar mansion of Mars and means the wealthy, the rich, and is also linked to music and rhythm. It also signifies prosperity and success and sharing resources. This full moon brings strong energy of growth, abundance, and commitment to the common good. And we have a very special constellation because Uranus, Jupiter, and Mars, they form a T-square with the Sun in Leo and the Moon in Aquarius, because a full moon is always when the Sun and the Moon are in the opposite house. And a T-square is a powerful configuration with 2 planets in opposition and the 3rd planet square to both. And here the Sun and Moon are opposite, and Uranus, Jupiter, and Mars are square to both. This creates intense and challenging energies, especially with Uranus bringing unpredictable changes. With these energies at the time of the full moon, people can feel dissatisfied and try to enforce their own ideas of justice, feeling disconnected from the laws of their country. There's an increase in crime among migrants and immigrants. It's important not to get caught up in destructive behavior and find constructive ways to handle challenges. This time offers a good opportunity to heal our own old wounds and seek long-term emotional stability. How do these energies affect individual countries? Let's look at the USA, China, Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. For the USA, the new moon in Cancer is in the 8th house, and this brings intense transformation and unexpected events. With retrograde Mercury and Rahu sitting there in the sign of Cancer in the birth horoscope of the USA, deep financial and social challenges are likely. Misunderstandings and hidden information may surface, causing major upheavals. This phase highlights issues like debt, taxes, and crisis, forcing the nation to face its deepest challenges. And these energies of the new moon will also increase and intensify around August the 8th, because then planet Mars will transit over the USA natal Uranus in the 6th house. And this will also trigger the topic of economic problems and the financial system. That's not easy. We will see how these energies will play out. Mars and Uranus can spark protests and conflicts, but also drive much-needed reforms and innovations. But now, the month highlight is the Yod on August the 22nd, this rare and fateful configuration. With Neptune in the 4th house and the Sun in the 9th house and Pluto in the 2nd house, deep changes may affect inner security, international relations, and also the economic stability. Neptune in the 4th house can bring disillusionment, but also deep compassion and spiritual insights. The Sun in the 9th house sheds light on relations with other nations and also legal matters, while Pluto in the 2nd house points to economic upheavals. This configuration could bring significant revelations and a realignment that profoundly shapes the USA. August 2024 will be a time of intense transformations and challenges for the USA. The astrological energies indicate deep-rooted structures that they can break, and new paths must be found. This time offers a chance to heal old wounds and find long-term stability and redefine the nation. But whether it is used wisely depends on us people. And what about China? Because we see there in August also very intense energies. But first, in the horoscope of China, we see in the 1st house, which is the sign of Capricorn, Pluto at 6 degrees. And this is for a longer time. And there's also the moon. The moon stands for the people of the country at 10 degrees. And this indicates the strong control the Chinese population has experienced in the last years. Pluto's energy in the first house intensifies the need for power and control, possibly leading to further restrictions. And these energies are strongly triggered by the Yod on August 2nd, 22nd, with Neptune then in the third house, which rules communication, significant restrictions, and surveillance may occur. Control over information and media could tighten, increasing pressure on the population. And the coming new moon also activates China's natal Mars, bringing extreme tensions. And this could lead China to feel threatened and react aggressively. Internal and external tension will rise, potentially leading to conflicts, especially with Taiwan and the USA. But Taiwan is the playground for the conflict between China and the USA. Overall, August 2024 could be a time of intense surveillance and control, increased tensions and conflicts for China. Astrological energies indicate that China's government will consolidate power and tighten control over the population and communication. It will be interesting to see how these dynamics unfold and their impacts on global politics and China's internal stability. The month of August indicates also challenging times for Taiwan. Uranus is there in the fifth house, directly conjunct transit Pluto at 6 degrees in Capricorn. That's not new, but this is strongly activated by the Yod on August the 22nd, involving the 5th, the 7th, and the 12th houses. And this can lead to unpredictable changes in investments, education, and culture. But mostly it activates the 12th house and the 7th house, and this stands for strong opponents and hidden conflicts, indicating increased tensions in international relations. China's natal moon in Capricorn reflects its territorial claims and control ambitions over Taiwan. With these intense Yod, China may also assert its claims over Taiwan more forcefully. Let's hope it doesn't lead to open escalation. Let's also briefly look to the horoscope for Israel, because those energies are really triggered with the energies of the new moon and this Yod. The new moon at 18 degrees in the sign of Cancer hits Israel's natal Pluto at 19 degrees. And this is the 11th house for Israel and speaks about the network for Israel, the friends of Israel, international relationships, and this can bring a lot of changes in those alliances. And the Yod on August the 22nd activates Mars in the sign of Leo, and Mars sits there at 5 degrees, where the Sun will build this Yod at 5 degrees on August the 22nd. So we have a Mars-Sun conjunction together with Pluto and Neptune. That's not easy. It's a really powerful conjunction. And Mars in the sign of Leo, this is the 12th house of hidden enemies and may relate to terrorist attacks. Changes and transformations in relationships with allies and international partners are likely. And this can create new dynamics in Israel's foreign policy and international relations. Now let's look on the horoscope of Ukraine. August will be a very significant and challenging time, especially due to the Yod on August the 22nd. This strongly affects the whole country, as many of its planets are in the sign of Leo, including the Sun at 7 degrees. Capricorn is the first house for Ukraine, where Pluto is activated by the Yod. This signals an intense time of testing and challenges for the country's leadership. President Zelensky and his government could face major challenges. The configurations suggest possible changes in leadership, leading to uncertainty and instability. This is a time of deep political transformations that could significantly impact Ukraine's future. August 2024 promises to be a month of intense astrological energies and profound changes. The Yod, the finger of God, forming on August the 22nd, brings powerful energies that can cause deep transformations at a collective level. We are all called to rethink old structures in our lives and where we deceive ourselves. With Neptune in Pisces, it will bring a wave of new ideas and inspiration. And if we start following our visions more closely, we can set important new impulses to replace what no longer works in our life. This is a time when both the world, but also on an individual level, significant challenges and changes will appear. This time requires courage and wisdom and asking yourself, where do I belong? It is important to focus on your own inner strength, heal your inner old wounds, and seek for long-term stability. But you can only create stability if you do the inner work to feel everything that is inside of you, your own energy, maybe your fears, your negativity. Feel it and transform it by feeling it. That helps you to create stability and helps you in the long term in your life. So these energies of August offer the opportunity to rethink deeply rooted structures within yourself and choose new paths. Especially when things get critical, we must focus on what unites us, not what divides us. That's really important. So I hope these insights help you to understand the coming weeks better and prepare yourself. And please share this very important video with like-minded people. And at last, I love you.